Hi, everybody. Welcome to our therapy session. Nice to see you all today. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you all have a Valentine. And if you don't, you should be your own Valentine. You don't necessarily need someone to have a happy Valentine's Day. Love yourself. So, first, before we get all cheesy and all of that, I just want to say thanks so much, everybody, for joining me for our therapy session, for Hump Day, and for actually having conversation with me. I don't feel alone anymore, which is actually a great thing, to be honest with you. I hope you all feel the same way when we show up for our midweek therapy session. So with that, hey everybody. So let's see where everybody's coming from. I see Kentucky's in the house. I see, sorry you guys, I actually need to go to the eye doctor. It's getting worse. New Hampshire's in the house. Where are you guys all from? Finland's in the house. Right on, friends. Tell me where you're from. It's so awesome to see you all. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm sure you all have plans for tonight, so thanks for joining me for today. Merca's in Merca's in the house for real. It's gotten pretty scary, everybody. Yeah, South Carolina's in the house. Right on, everybody. Texas is in the house. Netherlands. I might be coming to Amsterdam soon, but I don't know. We'll see about that. Ohio's in the house. Finland again is in the house. Nebraska's in the house. Indiana's in the house. Right on, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Virginia's in the house. Bangkok's in the house. Actually been to Bangkok a couple times. Pretty awesome. Canada's in the house. Thank God Canada's in the house. We need Canada in the house. The UK, thank God the UK is in the house. South Carolina's in the house. Again, wow, we really need Canada. Oregon's in that. Well, we need you too. I think Brazil, we need everybody in the house because the reason we need everybody in the house is because we need to have conversation, people. I cannot, New Zealand's in the house. Everyone who needs to be here is here. Okay. We need to get back to some kind of a conversation. All right. Arizona's in the house. And Los Angeles is in the house. But that being said, Colorado Springs, right on. So that being said, Hawaii, right on. That being said, I do really believe that we need to have some form of conversation where, hear me out for a minute, where I can sit and listen to you and your space, and you can sit and listen to me in my space, and then you and I can actually disagree to agree, if that makes sense. I mean, where's this thing where if you just disagree with me, you hate me? Why do you have England's in the house? Right on, my friend. Thank you so much. I don't understand this idea that you have to hate somebody who has a different way. Number one, a different way of living. Number two, a different way of believing things. Number three, just a different way or just a different opinion. I mean, that's what politics is. That's what different parties are. But those different parties, in specifically in the United States, let's say the Democrat and the Republican, yes, they disagree on major points of what we need for our country. But one thing that these two parties are supposed to be doing, in my understanding of a democracy, is they are also supposed to be working together to create an amazing space for all of us to live in, not just one side. But I don't know if you noticed this. I really believe those two parties are not in any way, shape, or form helping me and you as the citizens of this country and who elect these representatives. They aren't doing their jobs. They're bringing their own opinions and their own way of being into that space. We hire them. They are hired by us to speak for us. I don't feel like anybody in any of the political parties are speaking for me. I don't know what any of you think about that, but it is 100% how I feel about this country right now, which I value very much. If any of you do not understand how important our democracy, you need to sit down and go read some history books and also understand where this country is coming from and where it's going, because it's going into the shit can. It 100% is. Go travel the world if you have the opportunity, and you will see how important democracy is. And we are losing our democracy 100%. Both of those parties are lost. Both of those parties are controlled by money. Both of those parties are controlled by big pharma. All of them. Don't You can't say one isn't without the other, because they both are. What do you think? They're both fighting against each other. They're fighting each other. They're not in any way, shape, or form trying to work for us. So my point being is, yes, I have a different opinion than a lot of people in the transgender community. Okay, I do. But does that make me a bad person, or does that make me a bad tranny, or does that make me a bad LGBT member of the thing? No, it does not. It makes me somebody who has a different opinion. Where Okay, I really want to ask all of you this, because I really want you to think what I'm saying here right now, and why I said unconditional love. Unconditional love means something, right? Hey, Michelle, thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. I had a pastor who used to say, let's agree to disagree, disagree agreeably. I try to live by that, because it is the proper, thank you. Thank you so much, Michelle. It is the proper way. We can't just disagree with people and then hate them. Uh, it has never been so divided. I really believe this country has never ever been so divided, in a sense that, well, maybe during like the Civil War, or those kinds of things, but at the same time, don't do you, as a citizen of this country, what is it that you want? Really, seriously, what is it that you want from this country? Because we have so many amazing opportunities to do so many amazing things. And I will tell you that I do believe at one point this country was amazing and doing so many great things. I mean, we can't save the world and we can't save everybody, but what we can do is understand that people value freedom. They value freedom of speech. They value the chance to become something. That's one of the great parts of this country, is capitalism. Whether you disagree because you're being told nonsense about capitalism. Capitalism is not a bad thing. What's a bad thing is when things get put into place and then they're abused. That capitalism is abused. I do believe that. We have come to a space where the richer keeps getting richer, poor don't even have a chance, middle class is gone. That's not capitalism. Capitalism is for us to have an opportunity to create our own lives. How do you think I have everything behind me? I have everything behind me, coming from a space of being told I was stupid, coming from a space of not graduating high school. I did not graduate high school. I do not have any degrees. I have nothing. I was told I'll be nothing. Yet I created my own space, and I value it beyond anything, because a person like me has constantly been told, you're going to equate to nothing, you're a loser, you're weird, you're a freak, you're all of these things. And here I stand today, a very proud and happy human being, because I did get to create what I wanted, only because I had the opportunity in a capitalistic country. I don't understand how come now we're being told that capitalism is bad. I refuse to. Now, like I said, things get abused, right? We sometimes when things are so easily accessible, they can become abused, because people abuse things. They just do. I'll give you another example right here. Hey, Courtney, thanks for joining us today, and thank you so much, friend. I worked officially in Green and Libertarians. They're just as corrupt. I know, bad for people, causing much of that. Causing much of the hate, more than the D's. And well, I might push back a little bit, but again, you're in it. I'm not. I particularly don't care for the Democrat or the Republican Party. I'll be honest with you. And I'm a lifelong Democrat. If nobody knows that out there, I'm a lifelong Democrat. I've been nothing but a Democrat. Though I grew up in a Republican family, I have been nothing but a Democrat, because I believe what classic liberalism used to be about, which isn't. It seems like the left woke. Remember this: the left woke is not liberal. They're not liberal. They're something else. They're like Marxist, fascist, crazy people. I don't even know. They do not represent me, the left woke. No, nor does the right. Neither of those represent me. Here's where I'm wondering if libertarian is the space for us on my research, because I believe everyone should have the right to be and choose and live, as long as you are not disrupting other people's way of living. For example, Muslim Jews. somehow are not getting along with each other, right? And we're talking about the Middle East. What if they learn to live with each other in a way that says we can all have this if we need to have it? We can all share this, but I think there's this idea that nobody can share anything. Nobody can say, maybe these people need this particular thing. Maybe these people need this particular thing. Maybe this lifestyle needs this particular thing. And if it's not encroaching on your space, why do you care? If it's not encroaching. Now, that being said, I believe the trans community has encroached on people's spaces. And that goes into my idea that capitalism is a great idea until people start abusing it, right? Transitioning is a great idea until we start abusing it. And now I feel like we've started to abuse transitioning. We've started to redefine what it means to be a trans person. You cannot redefine a definition of something that's already in use by thousands of people. Transsexualism is already in use, people. I have a mental disorder. I completely understand it. I've done it. I'm here. You can't change the definition in the mid of me living the definition. You can't change the definition of lesbians when there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions of lesbians in the world who are same-sex attracted, biological females who are loving each other, living with each other, marrying each other. And you just come in and start saying, that's not a lesbian. There's a million ways to be a lesbian. That, my friends, is one of the major problems that we're having, is people are redefining who and what we are. Okay, I'm going to talk to you more about that. Thank you, Courtney. I still work for libertarians. They have, yes, I'm going to do a little, me and you are going to have a chat. I would appreciate that a lot. So you understand. Thank you, friend. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Thank you. So I just don't understand how we can roll in as an LGBTQIA PP poo poo. What's the next thing you're going to add to it? Do you know adding things to a definition is dangerous? Because now we have everyone can be LGBTQIA, because we've literally put everyone except who? Except who doesn't fit under the LGBTQIA PP poo poo? Cisgender. But now you're the bad people, right? Cisgender are the bad people. You see how they're now labeling you? They're actually labeling you as an enemy. You're not an enemy. First off, you're not cisgender, just so you know. I just need to let you know that. If you want to take that label on, you go right ahead. But the majority of the people I know, and the majority of the people who are biologically living in their own reality in space, don't like the word cis. So that word was created to create a divide between me and you. Do you know that? I'm sure you do. It's not difficult to figure that out. They created that label, cisgender, so that they could point fingers at you, right? I hate it. I won't use it. You're not cisgender. Yes, I'm transsexual, but you're not cisgender. You're just a human being. We don't need to label you. Why don't we need to label you? Because you're 99.9% of the earth. We're not going to label the majority of the people out there. That doesn't make any sense. So why would they label you? It's not political debate anymore. It's that's right. That is totally right. You hit it right on the head, friend. And that's the same with the LGBT space. It's become an indoctrinated, homophobic, beyond belief. The homophobia in the LGBTQIA PP poo poo space is insane. It is 100% homophobic. I will continue to tell you that. Don't forget where I come from, people. I come from living as a lesbian. I don't know why I'm doing the quotes, because I was actually a lesbian. I lived as a lesbian for a big part of a chunk of my life. And it was not bad. It was amazing, and I loved it. But my choice to transition to become a man invalidates my lesbian card. My lesbian card got pulled when I decided to become a man. Deal with it, dude. I had to deal with it back in the day when nobody even understood what was going on. It hurt my feelings. I think I tell you people that all the time. It 100% hurt my feelings, because the majority of my friends were gay women. And then I lost it. I didn't get to have the lesbian card anymore. And I had to really understand that, yeah, dude, you're becoming a dude. You have to give back the card. That's not fair. Look at me. I can't walk into a lesbian bar. It's actually gross if I do. It really is. Unless I'm actually invited and people are cool, I still don't feel comfortable there. And for many reasons, but I think number one is out of respect for women who are gay women. They don't want me in there. It disrupts the energy. I'm an energy person. I don't know about all you, but I'm sure you can walk into a space and know when you're not felt when you feel not wanted. I'm pretty sure everyone here can know that. So go ahead and as a man, try to walk into a lesbian bar. See how that makes you feel. If you feel unwanted for a reason, there's a reason you feel it. Go walk into a gay man's bar and you're not a gay man. You're not going to feel wanted there. It's not your space. There's no such thing as inclusivity, people. Stop saying that. It's actually it's dishonest. It's dishonest. Thank you so much, Buck. Thank you, lady. Thank you so much. I'm sorry, my eyes are like, I really got to go to the doctor. You guys all have to push me. The more people that push me to go to the eye doctor, the more I'm going to go. I'm that guy. Thank you so much, Buck, for all you do for the community. Raising awareness. Thank you, my friend. Protect innocence. It's innocence. Blessing and love always. Kyla's mom. Oh, thank you, friend. That's so sweet. Let me tell you something. Innocence is beautiful. Innocence is everything. Hence, unconditional love. If I see one more trans parent championing their child on the internet, my brain immediately goes fake. Do you know that? My brain immediately goes fake because I know some parents who are in the midst of dealing with a trans kid. Okay. They are not on the internet. They're very concerned about their kid. They don't really understand what's going on, but they're just letting their kid do this. I'm friends with somebody that is doing that. That being said, this mom isn't all over TikTok showing their trans kid and jumping for joy and telling the kid in their ear what to say. That's what I see. That's exactly what I see. And I'm going to call it out every single time. That's why I'm telling you, unconditional love, parents, means, okay, Tommy wants to wear a dress today. Unconditional love. Okay, Susie wants to play baseball with the boys. Unconditional love. Let them be and find and stop labeling children. Children should never be labeled as that or that or that. They're children. What you said, friend, innocence. Do people not remember what innocence is? Go back to being a kid. Go back to being a kid. Right now, everyone in your brain, go back to being a kid. And you're going to see something. Pick one part of your life where maybe you were wanting to, just pick one part of your life, 10 and under, where you're just running around playing with your friends, things that were happening. Did you ever, at 10 years old, question your gender? I didn't. Just so you know, I didn't. I knew I was a girl. I knew I was a girl. And I knew I was a tomboy. I wanted to play with the boys. I can't say to you specifically if I said to myself, I'm a boy. I don't think I ever said that. I was just a very, very masculine kid. And I gravitated towards boys where my sisters gravitated towards girls, right? I eventually became a lesbian. I eventually started to become a more butch woman. I eventually started to question, do I feel like a man? Do I feel like a boy? There were levels of it. I didn't just go, I'm a boy, mommy. I'm a boy. Never. That never. Or I feel like a boy, mommy. Or I feel trans. This is how I really feel like I can push back on these people. If a child is saying, I feel trans, that's a red flag. Hey, Flame. Flame is in the house. Hey, Flame. I love you. If you don't follow Flame, you've got to because Flame and me are pretty much the same people. Flame is awesome, beautiful, amazing transsexual woman. Been transitioned for a long time. She's a comedian, hilarious. She is out there doing the same work that I and Blair and all of us are doing. So if you don't know Flame, please follow Flame. Give her a ton of support. This woman right here is a godsend. I'm not kidding. This woman right here is going to help bring us back to some sanity, because she's also not fearful to say what's going on. So if you don't know Flame, you know Flame now. I love you, Flame. You know, you are the reason why I can do this as well. So if it wasn't for people like Flame, I could not do what I do. So, you know, we got to remember there are other people out there doing this work, and we have to support them. Hey, Jen, thank you so much. I think of our country as a clock. We're the housing in the republic, and there are cogs for democracy. Okay, the Bill of Rights, capitalism, social programs, but not social. Yes, I totally agree with you. But here's what I'm having a problem with. I don't think we're implementing, and we're not working these. But you're right, a cog in the wheel. But the cog is stuck. It's stuck. We're not moving. We're stuck. Both of the parties are hating on each other and don't want each other I feel like there isn't any desire to find. Do you guys want solutions? Do you want do you guys want solutions? I mean, I think pretty much we all want solutions, right? Hey, Glitter, thank you so much. LGBTQIA poo poo was supposed to be inclusive, but it applies to everyone except cishet people. So it's actually exclusive. There you go. There you go. Excellent. That's what I'm telling you. They're full of shit when they keep saying we need an inclusive community. Inclusive to who? So when you keep calling cisgender people, and you know damn well you created that as a slur. You did not create cisgender as a loving, beautiful way to sort of find solutions for all. No, you did not. You all created that cisgender word as a slur so that you could push back on them, and they're not inclusive, which is not cool with me. I'm not cool with that. Hey, Michelle, I was thinking that we shouldn't be pushing for the equality, but for acceptance. We all have, that's right. We all have be things that make us different. Right. And that is the best. I agree. That's why I don't believe inclusivity is the way to go. Equality, meaning we all get our rights. We all get to have rights because we all should have rights. Nobody's better than anybody else. Nobody. But what is different is you and I, and the way we walk the world, right? So it doesn't matter that me and you don't think alike, and it doesn't matter that me and you aren't in the same political party, and it doesn't matter that me and you disagree on certain aspects of society and ways to move forward. That should never be the problem. The problem is when we try to shut people down, when we misinform the world, when we give no facts and we base things on non-factual situations, when we block studies, when we lie to the world about certain kinds of things, when all we have is an agenda to make money and push certain things, that's the problem. But if we had more honesty within our political parties, and we had more honesty around what it means to be a politician, because at this point, do you not see politics is a business? It's not the same thing that it was meant to be. Politics is a business. I think all the people who run in office are businessmen or women or people. They're out for that job. They're not out there to represent. I don't feel like anyone wants to represent me in the way I am. I don't feel attached to any politician. I don't know how you all feel. Oh yeah, I'm trying to save the tomboys, friend. I really am. Okay. I wondered why it was like on the other side, but that's it. I'm okay, right. I'm married to a man and love to wear pants. Just like both of my sisters, by the way. And I agree with you. So this is the idea that I had. The idea that I had was this. Why are we not creating a sort of why okay, one second here. We have all of these clubs, these LGBTQIA pee poo poo clubs at school, right? All of these sort of ways of sort of I'm going to use indoctrination, but ways of showing young people the LGBTQIA pee poo poo. But how come we don't have other groups showing kids other ways of being? For example, butch women, butch girls, tomboys. How come we don't have groups that are a tomboy group at school, right? How come we don't have something for girls, right? showing them that it's okay to be a masculine girl. Why don't we have a masculine girls club? Right? That's the thing that's upsetting me. If you're going to have an LGBTQIA poo poo for young people, you've got to have other avenues for these people to explore themselves. Because right at this point, LGBTQIA poo poo is all about trans and non-binary. 100, and you can disagree with me, but that's not what I see in the language coming out of LGBTQ, whatever the heck, coming out of there. It's always trans and non-binary. Do you not all notice that? How come they never say gay anymore? How come when everything is going to happen, it's all about LGBTQ? But wait a minute, that's not a representation. What if it's just going to be about a gay person or a gay kid? Why are we not also talking about gay? We're only talking about trans under LGBT. So they've got to stop saying that because they aren't representing the whole community. They're only representing trans, queer, and non-binary. That's it. I don't see anything for masculine women. When I was a little girl, okay, and I was totally a very masculine little girl, loved boy clothes, loved playing with the boys, loved all of it, playing soccer with the other butch girls. We were all butch. The whole soccer team was butch young girls at 13. It was badass. It was one of the most amazing, awesome experiences of my life. And it's how I really realized I became a team player. That was one of my happiest moments of my life, being on teams with other butch girls. It really was. Even when I got into high school and ran, okay, on the track team, they were all pretty masculine girls. Every time I got into a sports team, of course, not everyone was a les, but you don't have to be a les to be masculine. That's the misconception as well. Anyway, I want to bring this to your attention because I don't understand, where is the support for masculine girls? Where is it? And how about if we create a club? How come there's no club for girls? I mean, there's girl clubs, but I want to see clubs for girls who are maybe pushing towards the masculine side, which we call tomboys. I think we should create a group called Tomboys, and we should start creating something for young girls who are maybe masculine. And here's why. I don't want them to automatically think they're trans because they want to be masculine, whatever that means, right? We've got to get this idea that if you're a butch girl or even a butch woman, you might have to start thinking about that you might be trans. What? That is so far. That is homophobic. That is homophobic to me. That is in no way. I would you see? I finished drywall. I was a butch. Okay, I was a peppermint patty. Great flame. Peppermint patty. We used to have all of these amazing things. So I grew up in the 70s and the 60s. I don't know if you guys have all seen Bad News Bears. Remember that show? That show, Bad News Bears. It was and it was a butch. I think it was Tatum O'Neal. And Bad News Bears was awesome because she was a badass butch little kid. Jodie Foster. Most all the movies she was in as a young kid, she was a butch girl. She was my idol. I wanted to be just like Jodie Foster because she was a little girl who was like a little boy, and it was so cool. Who grew up to be a woman, who grew up to be a gay woman, who grew up to champion women's rights on some level, and now I'm showing that you could be a masculine little girl and grow up to be a woman, whatever that even means. That's my point. Where are they all? Where are they? Yeah, she's a lesbian female. That's right. Where are all the butch kids? Yeah, the same argument for feminine men. Totally agree. But that's not my experience. So I can't really, on some level, speak to that, right? So 100%. They're doing the same to feminine. Let's use Dylan Mulvaney. I really think Dylan Mulvaney is one of those people who was a very effeminate man who got duped into being trans. Because what I think about Dylan is this. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, SP. Thank you, friend. Greetings from Switzerland. Oh, thank you, friend. I love Switzerland. Oh, it's so amazing and beautiful there. Thank you for your work and your voice. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that so much. It's a beautiful country. I'll be back soon. I'm wrestling with going to Amsterdam right now. Do I really want to go? I'm not really sure. But, so wait, did I read this one? I think I did. I was thinking that we shouldn't be pushing. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so here's what I believe. We do not have representation for everyone. We have representation right now for a very specific group of people. They're the ones getting all the representation. They're the ones that our teachers are talking about it in school. Oh, case in point. Case in point. Watch this. Watch. I'm going to show you. This is happening in schools. Watch. Hold on one sec. Sorry.
And I'm a preschool teacher. So my classroom celebrates diversity. It's probably my favorite thing to teach. We usually use kids' books to talk about this kind of thing. Recently we started wearing pronoun pins, and the kids get to pick a new pronoun pin every day. We have some that pick like she, her every single day.
What?
And we have some that change it up.
What? Case in point. Oh, right on, Flame. Thank you. I love you, friend. I love you so much. Thank you for being great family. Thank you. Case in point with that teacher. Going into classroom with pronoun pins. Okay? That say she, her, he, him, they, them. Wait.
And I'm a preschool teacher.
Preschool teacher. Preschool. Preschool is like 6. Is that how old a preschool is? 6? So case in point again, where are the pins for tomboy? Right? Where are those pins? Where are the pins that's just our girl, our boy? Where are those pins? How come the pins have total indoctrination written all over them? They, them, she, her, pronoun pins? That's bullshit. Right there, I just can show you. That's bullshit. They are not inclusive. They are not inclusive in any way, shape, or form. They are erasing butch girls and feminine boys under this guise of, oh, you can choose what gender you are. And just because you were born or assigned female at birth doesn't mean you actually are. Who the hell does that to kids? Who does that to kids? And why are we doing that to kids? Why are we confusing a bunch of preschoolers, people? Preschool, kindergarten, first, second, third grade. I don't know how many of you out here have kids, but I'm around them. They're so vulnerable at that age. They are vulnerable beyond belief. I could tell my kid out there a lot of things. And he would be like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, totally. That's totally real. Yeah, didn't you know? Most dogs are born with 5 legs, but we cut the leg off after the dog is born because we know that the dog won't be able to walk right. And he might even believe that. Good morning, friend. He might believe that because the adult is telling him. This is actually adults' responsibility for children is to give them factual, truthful information. So as they grow older, they can start making choices for themselves based on factual information. But if we're telling children, oh, you can choose your gender, there's no such thing as boys and girls, and if you're masculine, you must be trans, they're starting in preschool. No teacher should ever be allowed to have an agenda at school. Socialism, the 100%. That no teacher should ever be able to do what that teacher just did. Never, ever have I seen this happening ever in the history of teaching kids. Why now are we allowing the teachers, especially queer teachers? Okay, let me give you this. Hey, Angela, thank you so much, friend. Hey, friend, thank you so much. Hey, Buck. I too. This may be a sorry, my eyes problem. God dang it, my eyes around here. The tomboys are hunting, fishing, splitting wood, etc. It's no problem in the mountains. Even some girly girls hunt around here. Well, thank God for that. We need. Can you like make a YouTube channel of butch girls? We need a YouTube channel of all the butch girls in the world doing stuff like that, so the young generation can start seeing. Oh, I'm not trans. I'm just a butch girl. If representation does mean something, it actually does. If you don't see yourself represented in the world, how do you know that you can be that? If there's no representation of butch kids or girls, how do these young girls know they can be that when there's only representation of trans kids? That's it now. There's only representation of trans kids. So all of a sudden, this butch young little girl who wants to be very masculine and maybe be one of the boys immediately thinks she's a boy. Thank you so much for the links. I feel, thank you. I would have benefited from a tomboy space. I'm terrified for my children in the world ahead. Don't be terrified, friend. Don't. Stand your ground. Know that all of this is indoctrination. And as me and you get together every Wednesday and have these conversations and leave them up here for the world to see, and people come back and watch it, they know what we are doing is so important and it will click with somebody else. Let me tell you something out there. Since we started this channel, since our channel started here, I have seen more and more people coming to the light. I'm not kidding. It is so important that we just put this out here, sit it on the shelf in YouTube, and then people can come from out. That's why I ask you to please like this. I ask you to please pass it on. I ask you to please push the videos, not just mine, but Blair's and Marcus and all of us who are trying to shine a light on this insanity. We rely on you as well. That's why I call this our channel. I call this our space, because me and you together are going to break this insanity wide open. When we keep exposing queer teachers and we keep exposing people who have an agenda teaching our young people, look, I know teachers call their kids out my kids. I know that. That's been around forever. But today it sounds so damn creepy. When a teacher says my kids, it sounds creepy for many reasons, because we have a bunch of people who've infiltrated the trans community and are doing weird stuff with kids. And then we have queer teachers who are showing up acting as if all of a sudden they can just indoctrinate all of these children by wearing pins. No, you can't. You don't get to wear pins to class that say him, her, she, they. That's confusing. Preschool? Preschool. I'm not talking about high school. Thank you, friend. Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you. Check out Girls on the Run. It's an organization that helps empower young girls through running. Also, we can agree to disagree. That's right. It still makes you and your opinions valid. Thank you. I'm all about agreeing to disagree. I tell you every week, my wife and I, my partner, we bang heads. I probably on some level much more liberal than me. I do think as you grow older, I do think it's kind of a thing. Your values change. I mean, values change with everybody. My values, my morals. I definitely think I probably have a little lean a little bit towards more conservative. I'm 61. What do you want? Like, it's just how it works in the world, and you do. I wouldn't say I'm conservative by no means I'm conservative. I have some conservative values, I think, like family. Why is family considered conservative? Why is family a conservative value? I don't understand. I'm hugely family oriented. I really do believe in family. If it wasn't, I mean, it's everything to me, family. And I don't understand how these people are trying to break up the family. They are. You don't see that. I'll give you one example right here. Right here. If you do not transition your child, they will take your child away from you. What is that? That is breaking up a family unit. How dare you say that's abusive? That is far from abusive in any way, shape, or form. So now you're misconstruing a family dynamic and understanding as abuse. Yet there's some kids over there who are getting their heads beat in by sick parents and weird shit happening. But now you're directing your focus on trans kids. They're not suffering. Now, there's going to be a parent who's not LGBT friendly at all, and they're shitty and they're gross. But let's be real here. Do you actually think it is child abuse not to affirm your child's desire to transition at 10? Do you actually think that's child abuse? I don't. Oh, thank you, Bella. There's nothing more wholesome than the bond between a tomboy and her dad. They're the biggest daddy's girl. That's right. That is 100%. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm tired of this idea that tomboys can't exist. Thank you, Jen. What these teachers are doing could be classified as verbal or emotional abuse to preschool. Yes, bam, Jen, bam. You hit it right on the head. I think it's abusive. Who the hell would put their kid in? I want to know what preschool that is. Don't you? I have a. By the way, I have a reaction coming out that you're all gonna. It was hard for me to react to this situation, but I'll give you a little hint. There was a trans woman who was working in a preschool and did something totally insane to a baby. A trans woman. I'm not going to blow my reaction because I think you all need to watch it. I think it's coming out. Maybe is Seth in the room? Are you here, Seth? I think it might be coming out after the live. I will not. No way. Nope. No way. Nope. Nope. Hi, Sue's views. Thank you, friend. I'm heartened to start. Oh, to start a tomboys club here in Vermont. The outdoor lesbian loves you. Honestly, charisma and true grit issues. So thank you. But oh, please tell me, email me. The email's on the thing. Email me whatever I can do to support your group. I am what if I need to come there and say hi to everybody, but maybe not because I'm trans, but whatever I need to do to heighten it, to get it out there to all, it's giving me chills and it's giving me love. And it's making me feel so happy that you care so much to create a space for young girls like that. It's so, I'm going to tell you over and over again, one of the most amazing parts of my childhood was hooking up with other masculine girls. It was one of the biggest, amazing, beautiful parts of being me as a kid. And I never thought I was a boy. I did not think that. I wanted to be masculine and all that, or maybe a boy, but I never remember saying I was a boy. I feel like a boy is different than saying I'm a boy, right? I don't think any trans kids said that. Or young people, trans kids. I can't believe I just said that. I don't think that. I think that they were just leaning towards certain ways. But there's no way you can know you're trans unless you go through puberty and unless you live some life. Because how are you going to distinguish? How can a 4-year-old distinguish between what is a girl and what is a boy? How? How? They're 4. They don't even know that. They don't even know what that means. You think a 10-year-old even? Yeah, maybe they know because of clothing, right? So we gender people through clothing. So maybe somehow little Tommy doesn't like wearing the band shirt and he wants to wear the girl shirt. How is that even considered trans now? That's normal behavior from children. They maybe don't like the color. They maybe don't like the style. That doesn't have anything to do with transitioning. And it's why I can continue to punch holes in this idea that there are trans kids. Trans kids don't exist. These are kids that possibly have some form of dysphoria going on. The majority of these kids grow out of it. Almost every single young girl that I played soccer with who were masculine, badass. We were like all-stars. We were on the most amazing team. We traveled all over. I don't think any of those girls transitioned except me. Except me. So why didn't they all transition? Today, these young kids are being told they're trans. They're being indoctrinated. The thought, if you're a masculine woman, you must be trans. I hear it all the time. I'm going to bring up another teacher because these teachers are pissing me off. Watch. Watch. I think I have this teacher right here.
Hi, my name is Asa. I am a member of the DID system, and I'm
this-
also a bearded vulture therian. I have 2 questions.
What?
One is for other therians, specifically bird therians, and the other question is for other systems who have therian system members. So, first question for other bird therians: what are some things you do that help you feel more connected to your stereotype? Like, I know that for
What?
people whose stereotypes are four-legged, they can do quadrobics, and that helps them a lot. But obviously, that's not applicable to bird therians. I also want to clarify for anyone who doesn't know,
Animal control.
quadrobics does not automatically equal therians. You can do quadrobics and not.
Okay,
therians.
I
So
know
that's the
it's
first
scary, you
question.
guys. It's scary. This person seriously has serious mental illness, but they're saying they have DID, which is also this thing that's happening on social media with the young people. They're self-diagnosing because everyone self-diagnoses with autism, with DID, which is dissociative identity disorder. So now all these young kids are saying these weird pronouns and they're acting like as if one of their alter egos is a bird and they can be all kinds of things. It's so insane. What is that person even saying? I couldn't even understand the language. It's like they created this whole new language now. This is a young person, people. I'm not making fun. I just need you to know that. I'm not making fun of these people. I'm concerned. This is not normal. And if you have DID, you need to get some help. You shouldn't be on TikTok talking about all your different, you are encouraging other people. That's a form of indoctrination. You are indoctrinating other people into this idea that people have DID. You have to have an actual diagnosis from an actual doctor. You can't diagnose yourself on TikTok. Oh, thank you, my friend. It's Shamal. I'm sorry. Thank you, my friend. I wanted to be a teacher. I couldn't pass a test, but these people can teach the innocent. What? What's the test? I'm interested to know what the test is to be a teacher. You're right. How did these people pass? How did these people actually get teaching licenses? That's what I want to know. How? So I'm not making fun. I'm concerned that we have a group of young people who are saying they have autism, who are saying they have DID, who aren't getting a diagnosis from an actual doctor, but other people on TikTok are telling them. Lay that right on trans. It's the exact same thing that's happening with young people in transitioning. Their peers are telling them, because I know I interviewed a young woman who just detransitioned, and she told me that all of her friends at school, because she was more of a masculine girl, loved to wear her les hat like that, loved to be super duty, right? Like that. And then all of her friends at school were telling her, oh, you're trans. You're trans. You're trans. So eventually she just became trans because all her friends were telling her she was trans. This is what I'm trying to expose out there. I'm not in any way, shape, or form trying to stop people from transitioning. I'm trying to stop indoctrination into a life of medication and surgery and a mind fuck. This is a mind fuck, whether you want to believe it or not. I know that I'm a female. Don't think I don't know that, but it's a mind fuck to not want to be a woman and to want to look like a man and to be a man when you know you're really not. These are the things you have to actually get into your brain and be honest with yourself about in order to have a positive transition as a transsexual. Yet they're teaching these young people, oh, biology isn't real. You were only assigned a female. They didn't understand that. They're lying to these people and telling them, yeah, you can be a boy. The only reason I have an amazing space in this transition is because I acknowledge every part of my reality of the world. I was not assigned anything. I was born a female. Just so you know, that language has been taken from the DSD community, the intersex community. They stole it. Nobody's assigned anything except intersex people because they can't determine which sex because they have genitals that might be, ambiguous. They might have all kinds of things going on. So they assign that child a sex until they can grow up and figure it out. Everyone else is born into their sex, including me. I was born into my female sex, 100%. That's what I'm trying to tell you all. They are creating lies and indoctrinating people. So then all of a sudden, when you realize one day, I'm not really a dude, but those people kept telling me I was a dude, how do you think those kids are going to feel? Because they're all going to wake up one day. All of these 15-year-olds, all of these 20-year-olds who are punching everyone in the face and being so adamant that they're trans, they're going to wake up one day and go, I'm not trans. And everyone lied to them, including those teachers. Who is going to be held responsible? I keep asking this question. Who? Are these teachers going to be held responsible? Are these kids on TikTok going to be held responsible? Who? Because not me and you aren't. We're sitting here trying to tell you, stop, hold up. Kids are not going to even benefit from transition. Kids will benefit from reality. Kids will benefit from truth. Kids will benefit from, hold up, kiddo. I know you want to be a boy. I understand you want to be a boy. Okay? But that's not possible. You can never become a boy. You can change your clothes. You can play with the boys. You can even change your name. But you are never going to change your sex. Why are we not telling kids that? Why are we not telling kids that? That is the best, most positive, most simple way to figure out who is actually transsexual and who isn't. Because the kids that will come through that and still have that dysphoric space should go on to this. But the majority of those kids right now have no clue the fuck they are, and teachers are indoctrinating them. Parents are indoctrinating them. The trans community is indoctrinating them. Why? Power in numbers, people. Don't forget that. They don't care about these kids. They only care about creating a huge ass community so that then they can say, see, look, there's thousands of kids transitioning, so it must be real. They don't care. Because if they cared, they would never, ever do that. They would do what we used to do, which was slow, methodical, giving these kids some kind of mental health care, trying to talk them out of it, not talk them into it. This is a life that nobody should have ever, unless you really are struggling with dysphoria. No child can make a choice to live a medicalized, surgery-based life, ever. And I'll stay by that and stick by that. And you can call me every name in the book. But I'll tell you what, I see the future. I see such messed up kids. I see kids who will feel so shitty about themselves. I see kids who've lost a chunk of their lives. I see kids who will blame you and me. I see kids who will be maimed, not have babies, not have sex, be mentally destroyed for the rest of their lives. Why? Because the adults in the room are losers. And the adults in the room have an agenda. And the adults in the room don't care about the kids. They care about themselves and their agenda. And it makes me so goddamn pissed off and mad that I'm going to cry. I don't like crying, just so you know, in front of all of you people. It's uncomfortable for me, but I don't care. Somehow it affects my masculinity, but I don't care because I cannot even believe after all of these years of transition that we would put children into a space, not only to indoctrinate them, but to use them. Use children. I'm not crying for me, just so you know. I'm crying for those kids. I'm crying for those kids because I possibly could have been one of those kids. I possibly could have been told my parents to give Buck puberty blockers. I could have been one of those children who was told that my life would be better if I took puberty blockers, that my life would have been better if I didn't become a girl, that my life would have been better if I just had a sex change. No, it wouldn't. No, it would not have. It never would have been better. The struggle was better. The pain was better. To get to this point, I had to struggle. And you don't think I don't use that struggle today? Why do you think I have thick ass skin? Why do you think I could sit here and say things that would be considered transphobic, hateful, every name in the book? Why do you think I can sit here and do that? Because of my struggle that my parents didn't take away from me, that my parents weren't told that I would off myself if I didn't do that. Who says that to parents? Why would you lie? Because it's not true. The kid is not going to off themselves. It is complete false. It's unbelievable. I never would have done that. I would have just been like, I came through it with shining colors. I struggled my ass off, homeless, crack addicted, prostitution. I could go on and on and on. Yeah, it sucked. Big time. It sucked. But I'll tell you right now, I would have still taken this road. And that's why you have to understand. They don't want me telling you this. I have a lot of time under my belt as a transsexual. I do have lived experience. And I will tell you, those children will come out of that struggle. 100%. They will come out of that struggle if you let them be and let them find it out. But as adults, we are being so disgusting and disingenuous to children. I'm shocked. Shame on all of you. Shame on all the parents who are not getting second and third opinions from a doctor. Don't listen to one trans doctor. You wouldn't do that if your child was diagnosed with cancer, would you? You would take them to a second, third, fourth. Then you would figure it out. Yes, this kid needs to go. I'm going to send you something later privately on IG that I got from my friend I grew up with the other day. And all of us were like, report it. Thank you, friend. I love you guys so much. You guys send me so much great stuff. You guys send me so much great stuff. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you a lot. You know, I get so much great stuff sent to me. So I appreciate that. So before we're going to go here, I got to wipe my eyes a little bit. I want you to know my crying is not weakness. That we've always had this idea that crying is weakness. No, it is not. And I'm speaking to the men out there as well. That is not true in any way, shape, or form. Crying is not weak. You're in tune to yourself. Okay. I don't particularly like having to cry. Sometimes it is, I don't know why, maybe I have that old school male thing in me, but I do think it's important to acknowledge that. Okay. I just want you to know that. And that being said, I'm not going to shut up. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not going to shut up. So I want to bring a couple more before we head out here. So this one.
I'm like very out at work. At least at my teaching job, I'm very out. I wear my pronouns and stuff.
Teacher.
And I'm like, I like correct the kids, and the kids have gotten to like correcting each other. And it was like so awesome today. I was in charge of our like activity, and one of the kids referred to me as a girl. And
you are.
One of my kids was like, Jamie doesn't have a gender. Jamie's not a girl.
Okay, you see what I mean? Look.
At my teaching job, I'm very.
Wait, sorry, you guys. I missed that.
As a girl.
Hold on. The student said Jamie's not a girl. That's a woman. I'm pointing in the wrong. That's a woman. That is an actual woman. Yet now they're telling the kids, no, she's not a woman. She's not a woman at all. She's a non-binary or whatever the heck she is. What? You're telling that to children? That teacher needs to be fired. We cannot have teachers in our public school system. Private, we can't say anything about it. Public, I'm a taxpayer. Those teachers work for me and you and our kids. No, 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 no. You don't sit in the class and bring your own little fucking agenda and your lunchbox. Sorry. That's sick.
And one of my kids was like, Jamie doesn't have a gender. Jamie's not a girl.
Jamie doesn't have a gender.
Oh
what?
My God. And like, the kid was just like, what do you mean? And she was just like, Jamie doesn't have a gender. Jamie is not a girl. I like the way that way that has me is so emotional.
Okay, watch this.
She even said the pronouns to him. Oh my God. She was like, Jamie's they.
Jamie's a they. I told you.
8.
Did you hear that? The student is 8. Is that preschool? 8? Now that's elementary school. The student is 8, you guys. 8. And the one before that was a preschool teacher. They're getting younger and younger. They are attacking the youngest possible. Next thing you know, they're going to have babies with earphones, just inundating the little baby with they, them, though, non-binary, no such thing as sex, biological sex is fake. They're going to start indoctrinating little babies. Sounds crazy, doesn't it? Sounds so crazy. Sounds so crazy that it could actually happen. Oh, thanks, Kathleen. Thank you so much. I try to have 3 gender talks a day, spreading facts. There you go. There you go. The more we talk about facts, the more they are freaking out. Freaking out.
What really pisses me off is that
Watch this person. This person is scary. This is the person that had shotguns, is from Kentucky. Not that that matters, but they're from Kentucky and they have a shotgun, and no hate towards Kentucky. My mom is from Kentucky. So or West Virginia, Kentucky, but she lived in both places. But anyway, that being said, this person right here is so angry at women because this person is a biological man who wants to be a woman and hates women. So this is what I'm starting to see from this new trans woman space. This person is a crossdresser. They're not trans. They're a crossdresser, a transvestite. They're fetishizing women. They hate women so much that they watch.
These cisgendered women.
Cisgender.
All over the world.
AGP.
They cry and they welcome our help,
and
the transgender community, non-binary community.
What? Now this freak is speaking for the trans community, right? Oh, now he's going to go into some history that the trans people have always helped women. What, dude? Get your shit straight. No, that's not true. I've been transitioned for 30 years. That is not true. You're making shit up. You're making it up. Perhaps we need a psych evaluations for teachers. Thank you, Cecilia. That's actually not a bad idea. That's actually not at all.
For decades. Hell, centuries, for that matter.
What century?
Because transgender women and men and non-binary people have existed for centuries.
Look at the lies. They have not existed for centuries. The word trans has only been around for maybe 100 years, if that, not even maybe, okay? And it was called transsexual before transgender. Prior to that, never was spoken about. It was a very rare mental disorder, which is still what it is. They weren't around. He's making shit up. Non-binary people just existed 5 years ago. They didn't exist centuries ago. You see how they gaslight the fuck out of us all?
Centuries.
Yeah.
And we stood shoulder to shoulder next to all of these ungrateful women in this country and other countries, helping to fight for them to get the rights they deserve.
You are such a liar, dude. You're a dude-ass liar. No wonder people hate us. Remember, do you guys remember they used to call drag female impersonator? Do you remember that? I do. Why don't we bring back that term female impersonator? This is a female impersonator. Or I don't know,
And then
actually.
when we need their help,
I know.
they
Voices,
turn their backs
Mickey,
on us.
ungrateful women. The dude said ungrateful women, like he's been standing next to women for his whole life, helping them get their rights. No, you weren't. No, you weren't. Because I was part of female liberation 30, 40 years ago when I was still living as a female. Where were you? I didn't see you. I barely saw any men fighting for women's rights. That's not true. I was actually literally there, physically there. This dude is so anyway, what I want to point out with this that's starting to piss me off is these cross-dressers are infiltrating the community, talking shit about women, calling you cisgender, telling you that you're pieces of shit, just totally misogynist bullshit, and everyone is acting as if trans women are marginalized. Trans women don't have anything. Trans women are biological males, people. They come with a chip on their shoulder. Now, not all of them, these ones, the cross-dressers, the transvestites, the AGPers, they're coming with a chip on their shoulder. They're coming with hate towards women. Why? Because they want to be you and they never will be you. So instead of understanding that and grounding themselves, they're pissed. They hate you. They hate women. It's obvious beyond belief. You think if trans dudes started acting like that, dudes would be fucking go. But the fact being is trans dudes aren't doing that. So this fight has become a fight for women's rights. That's what's happening, people. If you don't know it, I'm telling you. As a transsexual person, this person is infiltrating the community. They're not trans. They're a cross-dressing, woman-hating, misogynist weirdo who, under the guise of being a trans woman. This is the same freak that locked and loaded their shotgun and said we need to start offing people. That's the same person, by the way. So I'm tired of it. I'm not going to stand for it. Go F yourself, dude. You're a man. Deal with it. Dress like a lady, act like a lady. You're not, though, just so you know. Maybe you need to have more lady friends so you can figure out how to act like a lady. And then maybe people will take you more seriously, dude. But when you come on the internet and you start telling women that they're bad and they're evil and that we fought for you and you're not going to get anything, dude. And guess what? Your pushback is going to come even harder now. Because that's not how you make shit happen for us as trans people. You're dividing us. You are not helping us. I want to sit at the table. How many times do I have to tell you all? I want to sit at the table with you. Not with them, not with that freak. No, I don't have anything to do with those people. That was never my goal as a trans person. My goal as a trans person is to walk in the world with you, hand in hand. If we can't do that, opposite sides of the street, opposite ends of the table. I'm cool with that too. But what I will not tolerate is hate. Hate on all sides of it. Don't you want a solution? A solution means we all have to come back to facts, reality. Trans men are biological females. Trans women are biological males. Fact. Deal with it. That's why you go to therapy. It's the reason you're transitioning. It's supposed to alleviate the dysphoria so you feel more powerful in the world. It did it for me, and now people like you are ruining it for all of us. And your misogynistic bullshit needs to stop. Stop. This is not going to be, your life is not going to be at the expense of women's rights. It's just not. Full stop. We're tired of it, okay? Not just women. Trans people are tired of it. Real trans people. We want to get back to living. We want to get back to working in the world. We want to get back to respect. We want to get back to people saying, oh, wow, you actually did that, my friend. I hope your life is great. No one says that anymore because they hate us all because freaky dudes who are just cross-dressers, fetishizing the whole space and ruining it for all of us. F yourself. at the expense of women, at the expense of children, at the expense of transsexuals. You think we're just going to tolerate this? We're done with you. Done, dude. Done. You don't even get respect to be called a woman. You're a dude in a dress. Deal with it. Done with my rant. I'm done. I'm just so over it, you guys. Michelle, waiting for them to go after Amelia. Oh, they will. They will, Earhart. Nope. Made space for women to be pilots and more masculine in appearance, but still a woman. Oh, no, they're going to totally go after her. We can't let this stuff happen, you guys. We can't. Anyway, yeah, at the expense of men too. But I would say right now, it's really an attack on women. Right now, it's a real attack on women. 100%. That men, no. It's encroaching a little bit on men, but men can take care of themselves. It's a man world. Let's just be honest here. And I know that for many reasons. It's a male world. We have to, all of us, stand behind women right now. All of us. They're losing their rights faster than anything I've ever seen in my life. We have to stand with women. Once we stand with women and get rid of these people who are complete, total players, they're not real. They're players. We have to get rid of them. We have to expose them and get back to a sensible based reality that says, yes, transsexual people exist. Yes, they're here. Yes, we have a mental disorder. Yes, we want to fix it. Yes, we want to be part of the world. Yes. What we don't want is separation and anger and misogyny. That's what we don't want. Okay, you guys, I love you a lot. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I just can't handle it. I'm pissed. Don't get me pissed. But, you know, I stand with women. I stand with women. And that's just the reality of it. I stand with women. I'm a biological female. I stand with women. I don't care if anyone doesn't like it. I don't care. I will not stand with liars and cheaters and deceit. I won't do it. It's not in my heart. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to expose to you what it means to be a transsexual, how it's painful, it's hard, it's a road, it doesn't ever end until I die. That's the reality of it. And I need for you to all see that. I am not here to take from you. I am here to create with you. I am here to join hands with you. These people are not. They're here to divide, to create anger and deceit and take over and misogyny beyond belief. I mean, my God. It's shocking. Scream it at the top of your lungs, people, because if we don't start screaming it, we're going to lose a lot. We've already lost a lot. But if we all don't start screaming, this is sick, it's wrong, it's fake, then we're all going to lose out, including me. So I love you guys a lot. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you have a lovely Valentine's Day. You know, if you have a lover, have an awesome, amazing day and evening with them. If you don't, love yourself. Okay, take yourself out to dinner. Buy yourself some chocolates and flowers. You know, because the bottom line is, if you don't like yourself, then you cannot move forward in the world. You got to find that place to like yourself. You got to find that place to forgive yourself, and you got to find that place to move forward and stop bringing up the past, because it's just the past. But know that the future is there and today is here. Living in the moment is the most powerful thing you can ever do, because you can always think about yesterday and you can always think about tomorrow. But what you must do is, if you stay in the present right now, stay in the present, you have everything you need. You have everything you need. It's a real thing if you stay in the present. But when you start thinking about the future and the past, and you don't have, and you want, and you wish, it literally takes away from what you have now. And I think many of us are being taught to look at the glass half empty as opposed to the glass half full. And when you come to the world with the glass half full, you realize how much you actually have, and what you don't have can be set over here, because what you don't have, you can possibly get later on. But if all you're thinking about is what you don't have, or how angry you are at everybody, or how you're not going to be, you're never going to be that, because that's going to be your energy. I don't have, and that's what you see coming out of a new young generation. I don't have, I need likes. The best thing you can do for yourself is to take a hike. I mean, physically, take a hike and tell yourself how awesome you are, and know that you do count, and that everything you do in the world does matter. and that you can have passion for things, and that nobody can tell you not to do it. As an adult, you can do it. I mean, obviously, in the guise of that, but you know what I'm saying. Just do it. Be powerful. Be yourself. Don't let these people derail you. Don't let them do it, because that's what they want. They want to derail you. Don't let it happen. Okay? Have a beautiful Valentine's Day, and I'll see you all next Wednesday. And then we have a new video coming out and a couple more. Okay? So I do love you a lot, and I care about you. So thank you so much.